All right, hi guys. My name's Kristin, and today we're gonna move through a little hip opening flow. So a lot of us spend a lot of time sitting, either at desks or in our cars. So this flow will help to unblock any kind of stagnant or stuck energy in the hips and create some spaciousness. So why don't we get started in child's pose. So go ahead and bring your big toes to touch, separate your knees. Let your hips sink back towards your heels. I didn't mention this, but for today's flow, you'll want a strap. So if you don't have a strap, a scarf or maybe a belt will work very nicely. So go ahead and turn in and begin to tune into the flow of your breath. So creating that meditative rhythm, breathing deeply in and out through your nose. And begin to direct your breaths into the area of your hips. Just noticing how you feel, noticing if you feel a little tense or tight. Allow your breath to help to relax and open up that area before we even begin to move. On your next inhale, start to make your way to a tabletop position, hands and knees. Tuck your toes and press back to downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal out the heels or sway the hips from side to side, whatever feels good. Press firmly into your palms, breathe deep, and continue to direct your breath into your hips. On your next inhale, send your right heel up and back behind you. Bend your knee, let your right heel get really heavy. You can stay right here, start to take some movement. So you can take some really big circles with your knee or maybe little tiny circles with your ankle. Nice, square off the hips, re-extend as you breathe in. Exhale, sweep your foot between your hands, drop down to your back knee into a low lunge. You can start by bringing your hands to the top of your thigh. Rise your chest up, take a couple of pulses here. So press into the sole of your right foot, back out just a little bit. As you exhale, shift your hips more forward. Do that about 2 more times with your breath. Next, inhale, send your arms up towards the sky. Lift your chest, breathe in. Exhale, release your palms. Tuck your back toes under, step your feet together at the top of the mat. Come up halfway on your inhale. Forward fold on your exhale, let everything go. Press down through your feet, rise to standing. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Connect your palms, exhale, draw your hands to your heart. Nice, on an inhale, draw your right knee into your chest, reach your arms towards the sky for a one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, figure 4, cross your ankle over your knee, hands to your heart, sit back, just like you're sitting in a chair. So you can hang out here or begin to fold forward and bring your fingertips to the mat. A nice, really nice variation is to bring the palm to the sole of your foot, press gently. Stay connected to your breath, maybe relax your neck and head. Nice, inhale, begin to rise back up, back to your one-legged Tadasana. As you exhale, take your time slowly, warrior 3, airplane arms. Reach your right leg and your arms back behind you, keep the hips square. Reach the crown of your head forward. Next, inhale, take your time, move slowly, find half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. So left fingertips will release to the mat. Stack your right hip on top of your left and think about radiating energy in every direction. On your next inhale, take a slow step back, find your warrior 2. Nice, so bend into your left knee, press your left knee towards the pinky toe side of your left foot. And we'll flow a little bit with breath here. On an inhale, straighten out through your right knee. Bring the palms together, overhead to touch. Exhale, warrior two. See if you can bend a little bit deeper. Nice, so 2 more times like that. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior two. Good, 1 more time, deep breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Maintain that bend in your left knee. Flip your palm, reverse warrior. And as you exhale, windmill the arms to frame your front foot. Step back to plank. Lower down through chaturanga or all the way to your belly. Good. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Let's take a cleansing breath here. Deep inhale. Open your mouth, let it go. Inhale, send your left heel up and back behind you. Bend your knee, let your left heel get really heavy. Feel free to move around a little bit or find some stillness. So your breath is always your movement. And re-extend your heel, square off the hips as you inhale. Exhale, sweep your foot between your hands. Lower your right knee and bring your hands to the top of your thigh. So press into the sole of your left foot, couple of pulses as you inhale back out just a little. Exhale, shift the hips more forward and do that 2 more times, moving with your breath. Nice, reach your arms up towards the sky, breathe in. Exhale, palms to the mat. Tuck your back toes under, lift your knees, step your feet together and fold forward, let it go. Good, halfway lift, deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to standing, sweep your arms up, maybe take your gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. One-legged Tadasana, draw your left knee in towards your chest. Reach your arms up towards the sky, find your center, draw your belly in. Figure 4 on your exhale. So left ankle over the knee, hands to heart, sit back nice and low. And again, you can hang out here if you want to fold forward, bring your fingertips to the mat. Maybe use your right hand to press gently into the sole of your foot. Slowly rise back up, find your one-legged Tadasana, reach the arms up. Exhale, warrior 3, send your left heel back. So no rush whatsoever, half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. So flex your left foot, fire up the quadricep of your lifted leg. Very nice. Slow step back to warrior 2 as you inhale. Nice, so moving a little bit with breath. As you inhale, reach your palms together overhead, straighten your right knee. Exhale, warrior 2. See if you can bend deeper every time. Good, 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Good, 1 more time. Flip the palm, reverse warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, release it down, both hands to frame your front foot. Step back, high to low plank. So vinyasa if you want it, or just meet us in downward facing dog. Next, inhale, send your right heel up and back behind you. As you exhale, sweep your foot to the outside of your mat for a runner's lunge. So be careful, make sure that your right knee is aligned directly over your right ankle. Lots of options here. You can stay on the palms. You can drop down to your forearms. If you want to build extra fire, go ahead and leave your back knee lifted. Otherwise, you can release it down to the mat. So try to avoid collapsing your chest in this pose. So keep your chest lifted, create space for your breath. And if you want, you can relax your neck and head. Nice. As you inhale, start to make your way back up onto your palms. And we'll find a half split. So shimmy your right foot into the center of the mat. Start to draw your hips back as you work your right knee towards straight. Flex your right toes back towards your face. And think about drawing your heart forward towards your shin. And as you exhale, fold forward. Breathe into the back of your leg. Just inhale, start to rise up. Make your way back to a low lunge. Tuck your back toes under and lift your knee. And toe heel your right foot over to the left side of your mat for pigeon pose. So engage your right foot. Make sure your left toes are pointed straight back behind you. As you inhale, see if you can find a little lift in your chest, curl into your upper back. Exhale, you can stay here if you want or begin to walk your palms forward and fold. Now, if this is too much, a really nice option is to roll onto your back and take reclined pigeon by crossing your right ankle over your knee. So notice any sensation in your hips. See if you can make your breath even deeper. Nice. As you inhale, start to make your way back up onto your palms. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your knee, three-legged down dog. Send your right heel up and back behind you, and you can shake it out a little bit. Any kind of movement that feels good. And we'll meet back in a downward facing dog. Left side, send your left heel up and back behind you. Exhale, sweep your foot to the outside of your mat for a runner's lunge. So oftentimes, different sides of our body aren't exactly the same. So it's okay to take a different variation on this side, maybe move not quite as deeply and honor the differences in your body. Nice. Next inhale, start to make your way back up onto your palms. Shimmy your left foot towards the center of the mat, half split. Begin to shift your hips back towards your heel. Flex your left toes back towards your shin. Keep the spine nice and long. Fold forward, breathe deep. On your inhale, start to make your way back to a low lunge. Bend into your left knee, lift your right knee off the mat, send your left heel up and back behind you. Three-legged down dog, any kind of little wiggles or movement to get the blood flow back into the hips and the leg. As you exhale, sweep the shin forward, pigeon pose. We got to keep it even. So whenever you are ready, check your alignment. Just make sure your back toes are straight behind you. And begin to fold forward. You can press into the shoelace side of your back foot. It's a nice way to give yourself an adjustment. Help move your right hip more forward and your left hip back. Nice. Inhale, begin to make your way back up onto your palms. Send your left heel up and back behind you. Three-legged down dog. Now wiggle around a little bit. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Nice. Bottom of your exhale, take a gaze towards your hands. Make your way to Malasana at the top of your mat, yogi squat. So toes out, heels in, sink your hips low, hands to the heart. Close your eyes for a moment and take 2 really deep breaths. Notice how you feel. Make your way to a seat. Take your hands behind you. Keep your knees bent, reach your arms forward, and lower very slowly onto your back. Just make sure that you can grab your strap. So have it beside you. Yeah. Good. So take your strap around the sole of your right foot and extend your left leg long down to the mat. So bring the ends of the strap together and start to work your right knee towards straight. Flex your right foot. You can gently start to pull on the strap, drawing your right leg towards your body. If you want a little more here to bring it into the core, on an inhale, lift your shoulders, neck, and head. Draw your belly in, breathe deep, maybe hover your left leg off the mat. Good, go ahead and release it down. Keep the strap in your right hand. Take the left hand to the top of your left hip just to help hold it down. As you inhale, start to open up your right leg to the right side of your body. And so use the stretch, or use the strap. You control how deeply you move into this stretch. And if it's not deep enough and you want to deepen it a little bit more, you can tug on the strap just a little bit and start to draw your right toes towards your right shoulder. Nice. Inhale, draw your right leg back up towards the sky and just switch the strap over to the left hand. Extend your right arm out like a wing or maybe cactus it. As you exhale, start to draw your right leg across your body for a twist. And if it feels okay on your neck, you can gaze over your right shoulder. And if you want to add a little quad stretch here, you can bend your left knee, reach for the top of your foot or your ankle. Nice. Slowly begin to release. Draw your right knee back, or right foot back up to the sky and switch the strap. So bring your left foot up and your right leg down to your mat. So gently start to pull your left leg towards your body. Again, if you want to challenge the core a little bit, draw the belly in, lift your shoulders, neck, and head. Maybe hover your right heel. And release it down. Keep the strap in your left hand, right hand to the top of the hip. Gently start to draw your left leg open. Relax your face, relax your jaw. Nice. Inhale, bring the leg back up to center. Switch the strap over to your right hand. And on an exhale, draw your left leg across the body. So right arm can extend out, gaze over your left shoulder if it feels okay on your neck. And if you added the quad stretch on the other side, you can bend your right knee. And slowly begin to release. Bring the leg back to center, and you can go ahead and set the strap off to the side. And move into Supta Konasana, so soles of the feet together. Bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Release control of your breath. Relax. Take a moment to connect with gratitude. What are you grateful for today? Breathe that in. And feel free to stay here absolutely as long as you would like. When you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, make your way up to a comfortable seat at the top of your mat. Sit up nice and tall. Bring the hands to the heart. Acknowledge yourself for taking time on your mat to dedicate to your health and your well-being. Draw your thumbs to your third eye. Bowing down to the light in all beings. Namaste.